At a time when global agencies are lowering their forecast of growth for the world, for major countries and for India, there has been a different take from no less than the World Bank. In their latest India update called Navigating the Storm, the World Bank has raised its forecast for at what pace the Indian economy will grow this financial year from 6.5% earlier to 6.9%. Now, this is a big deal because, like I said, while everyone is lowering forecasts, India is expected to grow at a better pace than was seen a few months ago. The reason for this is because in this September-October quarter, the Indian consumer has spent a lot more. This is coinciding, of course, with the festival season. Domestic demand in India is the real key driver of the Indian economy, and which is why the World Bank in its report also says that India will suffer everything that the world is suffering in terms of high commodity prices and recessionary pressures, but will be much better off. I just have to add over here though that for the next financial year, the World Bank has actually lowered its forecast slightly for India as well. But they have gone from 7% to 6.6% for the next financial year. Overall, what this means is that while there will be some tough times ahead in this financial year, we'll still be better off than the rest of the world. Now, let me just go into a bit more of detail of what other agencies have said. So, while the World Bank for FY23, that's financial year 23, sees India's growth at 6.9%, up from their 6.5% forecast earlier, Moody's for this calendar year, so they do it from Jan to December, has seen India's growth forecast drop from 7.7% earlier to 7%. The reasons were higher inflation, higher interest rates and slowing global growth. On the other hand, the IMF has seen India's forecast, which they said would be at 7.4%, drop to 6.8%. So they've also lowered their estimate of India's growth. The reason they gave is that the April to June quarter saw external demand slowing down. That means there was less demand for our exports. The RBI on its part has a 7% growth target, which they themselves have lowered from an original 7.2%, while S&P says that India will grow at 7%, down from 7.3% earlier. So the ballpark figure of India's growth for this financial year, 6.9%, 7%, is going to be lesser than what we clocked this year, the previous year, but better than most of the rest of the world. In short, if I had to really simplify this, the world is going to go through a tough time this year and the next. India will also suffer some of those problems, but will be relatively better off.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.